What's going on, AFC Bournemouth fans? I got some huge news for you guys. Bournemouth is putting a team in TST, the soccer tournament, in Cary, North Carolina this June. We'll be there competing for the $1 million prize. And this is a great way to see the Cherries in the U.S. at the biggest 7-on-7 festival there is. Up the Cherries, baby.
They're taking home a million. You want the smoke? You got the smoke. And now it's gonna be
So, Mike, have you always been a soccer fan?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I think now more than I ever was. As a kid, I used to play soccer a lot. Funny enough, I was the goalie because I didn't like running a lot, but and I always seemed to guess right. So I had some early success as a goalie, and then obviously as I got older, I've been a fan watching it, playing FIFA. Video games is a good way to kind of tap into the sport without actually playing for real. And then I think I invested in the Bournemouth a couple years ago when the opportunity presented itself. I just saw a team with a lot of upside, a lot of growth, a lot of potential, and I love their story. I love the team's history. So being able to be a part of that new storytelling, to give the team some new energy, some new ownership, especially with Bill Foley. Bill Foley's a great partner, and he has this win at any cost, by any means necessary, and I just love his attitude. He was, he's a really, really great person, but he cares deeply about whatever he's getting involved in. So I knew I would have a partner that had similar kind of like ambition and like work ethic as me, and it's been a great opportunity.
Well, for the American fans out there and TST fans who may not have a team to support, why should they support Bournemouth?
I mean, and listen, I'm new ownership. Your boy is front and center. But no, we have some really, really great players. Represented, by the U.S. Tyler Adams, our midfielder. He's amazing. Consistently making game-changing plays and impacts. Since he's gotten back from his injury, so it's been really cool to kind of see him, get back into a rhythm and make an impact on the team. And we got some real promising some players. I think Matai, yeah. So I think he hasn't played in a match just yet, but his future is really, really bright. Really excited about him, and yeah, man, we just got a new energy to this team. I think we've been going on an incredible run lately. Got some new design kits, that I had an opportunity to be a part of, and just trying to bring a new energy and new vibe to it, a youthfulness to it, and I think that's attracting, a lot of attention, but. You can look fly if you're not winning games and you're not doing what you got to do on the pitch. Then all that's for naught. So we've been blessed this last half of the season, this whole season actually. We've been doing pretty well.
Yeah, the Cherries have been absolutely crushing it this year. I'm sure it's great for you as a fan to see. But why do you think it's going so well?
I don't think it's one thing, but I think our leadership. I think our manager, Andoni is amazing. I think the players respond to him. I think he leads by example. I think being a player himself, he's been there before, so I think there's a relatability, of being like a player coach in a way that I think players have been really tapping into. And he develops people. I think he sees potential, he sees talent, and he takes the time to build them up, and building a system that supports them as well. So I think we have a really, really great team. I think we work well together. That chemical reaction that happens when everybody's on the pitch and keying off of one another has been something to really, really watch this season.
Well, as we, head to the TST side of things, I was telling you earlier, TST's crazy.
Yeah.
$1 million prize. Every match ends on a goal. Last year, you had guys like Ocho Cinco playing in TST.
That's crazy.
We had the Pat McAfee show live at TST with guys going on. What excites you, Michael B. Jordan, about TST? I
think some of those things you just said, man. I think the energy. Even for somebody who may not be completely familiar with the game, I think there's so many action-packed moments that you guys constructed in TST that even if you don't know it, you're going to be caught up in the excitement of it, And I love the new format. I think it's new and it's fresh. It's a cool way to usher in a new audience. And yeah, man, I mean, just look at the design. You guys are making bold choices. You know what I mean? You guys are, and I think people are really going to respond to it. You know, I think the difference that you guys are going to be making is huge. So yeah, I'm happy to be a part of it.
We're happy to have you a part of it
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Bournemouth as well. Honestly, I'll tell you, there's no limit to who can play in TST.
Okay.
This next question might be a little far-fetched, but you know, of all the characters that you've played,
Okay.
who would be most likely to take on the challenge of playing in TST? And we'll say for Bournemouth.
For Bournemouth, I mean, the easy one's probably Adonis. I think Adonis would definitely be down. He's always up for a challenge. And then yeah, it's going out on a knockout. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's similar to a goal, like a walk off. Like you were saying, yeah. Knocking somebody out in style, yeah, that's Adonis Creed for sure.
Yeah, I would agree with that answer. And you know, it's not all fictional. There's unlimited names out there. Do you have any guys that you're like, that guy in the Bournemouth kid at TST? That would be cool.
I don't know. Let's see. Who would be the actual soccer player, or you mean
No,
just
it could be. So
anybody?
like for us, it's like JJ Watt suits up.
Got you.
Steve Nash played the first year at TST, and he was like passing the ball as if he was on the basketball
I don't know.
court.
I mean, a Kyrie Irving, you know, would be like a, you know, if he's, you know, a wizard on the court, you know what I'm saying? Imagine what he could do on the pitch, man. You know, yeah. So I'll put Kai in the mix, you know. Maybe myself, who knows?
I love it. Yeah, CP3 is a co-owner, so we're hoping one day
He'll be
on
able
the
to
pitch as
out
well.
there,
Yeah.
get out there. That's dope, man.
So, you're a director now. You've been crushing it. It's great to see.
you.
Do you see any crossovers between, you know, directing a film and managing a soccer team?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think, you know, when you're in a manager position or a coach, your job is to make sure the entire operation is running smoothly for the most part. You know, you have to go to all your department heads, you know, as a director, and you have to understand everybody's love language. You got to talk to everybody differently. You know what I'm saying? You have to know what, you know, how to get the best out of people. And I think as a manager, you know, that's what you're doing as well with players and you know, your assistant coaches and you know, your staff, your trainers, your nutritionists. You know, everybody has to be operating at a high level and having one common goal in mind. It's the same thing on a movie set. You know, everybody has to have the same, you know, movie in mind, the same idea of what success looks like, and then you know, you just you know, you executing the vision.
And then last thing for you, you know, fast forward, TST championship, Bournemouth's holding the trophy, won the $1 million. You could pick anyone at a TST cabana to be sitting there next to you, look at him or her and say, we just won this thing. Who you picking?
So funny, like my mom's name was the first one that came to my head. You know, I think with any success, you always want to kind of share that with your mom. You know, so I think my mother would probably be the first person to come to mind. But then immediately right after that was like, yeah, Bill Foley and, you know, and Nula, my partner, and Bryce. You know, I think, yeah, because we started this journey together. You know, yeah, between Nula and Bryce and like putting this deal together and meeting up with Bill, it's been a wild ride, and we're just getting started.
Well, thank you, Mike. The jersey's sweet. We're psyched to have
Thanks,
you
bro.
all in TST, and Bournemouth's winning this thing, right?
Oh man, let's do it. Hell yeah. Appreciate it, bro.